The idea of creation of association just after independence was to bring all industries together and see how it can motivate and interact with government to motivate it to start investing into this sector.
Since those best and worst of times, IEEMA has come a long way and its members contribute to 95% of the 150,000 megawatts of power generating capacity in India.
IEEMA's basic thrust area has been on transmission and distribution. So once there is a broad number which starts on the generation side and which is frozen, as I said, it would be about 75,000 megawatt on generation, then that basically then helps the planners as well as associations like us to be able to estimate what would be the transmission and distribution requirement. Because distribution is more state focused program because it's all done at the state level. Transmission is central as well as state. So then what happens is we start extrapolating from there and start deriving from there as to what is going to be the demand for transmission and distribution equipment as well as services. And that is where IEEMA plays a very critical role.
The late 80s proved to be another one of those interesting times for IEEMA. The liberalization and policy changes opened new vistas for IEEMA, and it was largely felt that moving forward, the associated companies cannot rest on their laurels, but rather create a platform to take the good work forward.
Somewhere in 80s, 90s, we started globalizing, opening up our economy for opportunities within the country and also outside the country. And that was the time when the economic barriers were brought down, the physical barriers were brought down, and there was a change in the industrial and economic scenario. And at that point of time, industry was poised to take a stride further with the stimulus which government has given with its new policies. And at that point of time, somewhere in 88, 89, IEEMA felt that our members should meet together at a common place to explore possibilities of doing business.
After much deliberation, IEEMA struck upon the idea of a platform where the entire electrical and electronics manufacturing industry of India could display their inventions and innovations. An exhibition that can capture the imagination of the power equipment makers world over. And indeed, that is what it has emerged to be today. The world's largest T&D exhibition, Elecrama.
Elecrama started way back in 1990, really to ensure that the whole country knows what products are manufactured in India. Similarly, the outside world knows that what are the capabilities of Indian manufacturer. Elecrama, this is in the 10th edition this time, and Elecrama has really immensely helped the electrical industry in India to really increase the exports to outside. Similarly, make aware all the utilities in India that these things are available in India and need not be imported. So Elecrama has really played a very pivotal role in the whole development of the electrical industry in the country.
Elecrama is the world's largest electrical transmission and distribution exhibition. The exhibition is held biennially in Mumbai and attracts as many as 1,250 exhibitors, including 143 international exhibitors from across the globe. Within India, 95% of the electrical industry manufacturers across the entire T&D value chain come together to showcase their research, development and manufacturing strength to the world.
Elecrama is the world's largest exhibition on transmission and distribution. It's grown to that stature over the many years. This is the 10th edition of Elecrama. For this time, we have over 130 countries, 30 VIP delegations. So we're all excited to see what's going to happen.
The 5-day T&D fair is a showcase event of IEEMA, or Indian Electrical and Electronics Manufacturers Association, which represents 650 member organizations from public, private and joint sectors, and its members contribute to 95% of the 1,50,000 megawatts of power generating capacity in India.
Well, IEEMA is Indian Electrical and Electronic Manufacturers Association. We represent about 95 to 97% of the industry in the country. Primarily, IEEMA is the organization for transmission, distribution companies in the country. Recently, we formed a generation division also. So, in short, the perspective of IEEMA is it represents the entire spectrum covering from the low voltage to the highest voltage in distribution and transmission.
The first Elecrama was held in Mumbai in 1990 and witnessed 283 exhibitors and 30,000 visitors.
Theme was to exhibit Indian industry to the whole world. Also to, of course, India, because most of the visitors are Indian, but gradually it was for the showcasing the industry for the whole world, so that the people can start exporting and looking around, and many people came for collaborations, and a lot of development happens. You see that in the exhibition, people come from different countries, they discuss business matters, etc. Now this business exhibition was, you had a business room separately, you discuss the business deal, telephone was there, and everything could be done from there itself. You got the orders also, so it became a sort of a trend-setting exhibition for the different exhibition also.
The scale and success of Elecrama was such that global players began to look at Elecrama as the ideal channel to understand the strength of Indian market and consequently take decision on entering what was clearly a high potential but in many ways an untested Indian market.
It's the top event in this industry in India, but even probably in the world, or let's say minimum in Asia. So that's a very important event. And for us this year, we will be participating with the biggest stall ever done in Elecrama.
India and the Arab world has reached 122 billion US dollars. This is a big number. His Honorable Minister of Commerce, Anand Sharma, His Excellency Anand Sharma, has emphasized that in the coming 4 years, we should double this amount. We support this, and by this, our economical ties between the Arab countries and India will be greater.
Consequently, Elecrama today boasts of 143 international exhibitors among its 1,250 exhibitors. But a more telling number is the 6 country pavilions that has become a standard fixture at the exhibition site.
We have pavilions where there is a group participation of 20-25 companies, for example from Germany, from France, from Taiwan, from China, from Korea. There are companies from Iran, Turkey. So they are forming a group for them to make it easier for them to come and participate.
Well, Elecrama is a wonderful platform because all the players, world players, are present. So it's always good to be where all the big brands showing their latest technologies.